Hello, welcome to HBM's Cryptid-Corner for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. We have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. First story out of the chute. A pterodactyl sighting in Florida? Woman in Florida says she and her family saw a big-sized bird she believed to be a pterosaur. The 42-year-old woman, a registered nurse, who provided a full name and contact information but asked to remain anonymous, says she and her family were in their backyard in Apopka when the unidentified creature showed up earlier this month. My mom and my aunt saw it standing on the ground, she told Cryptozoology News about the daytime encounter. It noticed them and then it went hiding into in the shadows. Eyewitness describes it as a big pterodactyl-looking winged creature. It had massive shoulders and protruding as it moved, she said. Thunderbird, also known as roc, is the nomenclature used by Native Americans to refer to bird-like creatures with reptile features that are believed to be related to the extinct pterosaurs. Two species of vultures inhabit the Sunshine State, the turkey vulture and the black vulture. So, what did these folks see? Did they see a pterodactyl? Did they see a vulture? We don't know. There's no evidence. There's no video. There's nothing like that. Of course, they would probably have been so freaked out that they wouldn't have thought to pull their video camera out or their phone, the camera on their phone, and take a picture or take video. Now, credible witnesses have claimed that they have seen what they thought to be pterodactyls or pterosaurs for many years, years after they supposedly went extinct. Credible people have seen these. So what are we to make of these accounts, of these stories? Very interesting, I have to say. Could pterodactyls still be wandering our skies? Could dinosaurs be wandering our forests today? It's an interesting possibility, and who knows? And Project Blue Book is back on History. They had the premiere episode of Season 2 last night on History Channel. It was really great. I don't want to go into too many spoilers. I don't want to spoil it, period. But Roswell was involved in last night's episode. And, I mean, gosh, this is still a great series. You know, I ranted and raved about Season 1, how great it was. I have the entirety of Season 1 on DVD. And Season 2 looks to be kicking off with just as much intrigue and controversy and mystery as Season 1 did. Here's the description from the History Channel website. As the Cold War deepens and the new political threats loom for Project Blue Book, Dr. Alan Hynek, Aidan Gillen, and Captain Michael Quinn, Michael Malarkey, must delve further down the UFO conspiracy rabbit hole in their dangerous quest for the truth. Soon, cover-ups from the past, including at Roswell, collide with new UFO cases in the present, including at Area 51, forcing our duo to not only question the multifaceted layers to a broadening global conspiracy, but the very nature and origin of UFOs themselves in an increasingly unstable world. So, I mean, this series just keeps getting better and better. It's amazing. I really enjoyed the premiere episode for Season 2. I'm looking forward to more, that's for sure. And a bit of a reminder about this Saturday night on History Channel, beginning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. Check your local listings for time and channel. By the way, Project Blue Book is on Tuesdays at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Check your local listings for time and channel. Ancient Monster Quest, as I said, and they're going to look at Bigfoot, the first episode. Ancient Monster Quest examines the controversial theory that the monster known as Bigfoot may have existed in history. Native American tribes all over the United States have legends of Bigfoot that are both fascinating and terrifying. Oral traditions describe creatures that actively hunted people, especially children. Some believe these killings were happening into the 1800s. How do these legends correspond with ancient cave drawings that seem to depict giant hairy beasts? Why do Native American totem poles and legends share many common attributes? And was this a real creature that developed in Southeast Asia and eventually made its way to North America and even Europe? Ancient Monster Quest is part of a series that will evaluate evidence that monsters and other mythical creatures existed and may have gone extinct in history. Or perhaps they carry on today, just as much as Sasquatch does. So that's going to be this upcoming Saturday night, January 25th, 11 Eastern, 10 Central on History Channel. Again, check your local listings for time and channel. Should be interesting. If it's new material, I hope it's new material and not rehashed stuff from 10 years ago from Monster Quest or from Bigfoot the Definitive Guide. Should be good either way. It's Bigfoot programming, and I'm a sucker for Bigfoot programming. For those of you who ordered your Blu-rays of The Legend of Boggy Creek, rejoice! This week, Pamela Pierce Barcelow makes all your wishes come true. All our wishes come true, those of us who pre-ordered and reserved our copies, because she's going to pick them up in New Jersey and she's going to send them out. So within I suppose, let's say the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be receiving our Blu-rays. And remember, she's doing this all by herself. So it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get to us because she's doing this by herself. I mentioned last week that they were going to be released last week, but or maybe I didn't. Maybe I had updated information by the time I did the show last week. I think I did. But again, I mean, she's going to go and pick them up, all 1,500 of them. As I mentioned last week, as you guys heard, that is because that is the reason why they might be a bit delayed, because she's got to send 1,500 of them out. And that's going to take quite a bit of time. Because she's got to individually address them and put the addresses on the packages and things like that. All the addresses of everybody who reserved copies. But rest assured, she is going to send them out. You will be getting your Blu-rays soon. At least by mid-February. That's the time frame I would say. That's the time frame I would allow. Is at least by mid-February you'll get yours. So fear not. She's on the case. Don't worry about it, folks. She's not ripping you off. Don't worry about that. Trust me on this. This is high quality stuff. She's sending the Blu-rays out this week and next week. So rest assured, you're not going to be ripped off. Our final news item concerns Expedition Bigfoot. In the most recent episode, they had some very unusual things happen. Things that they really couldn't explain. I mean, was this proof of paranormal Bigfoot? I'm not really so sure about that. I wouldn't go so far as to say they have proof of paranormal Bigfoot. All I'll say is some strange things happened on this last episode, this past week's episode. Their final episode for the season is upcoming this Sunday night, the eighth episode of the season. Now, last week they came across an old delivery truck an old abandoned building, and other kinds of weird stuff. They used a dirigible with a camera, with a thermal camera, and a creature that was lying down in grass seemed to, quote unquote, disappear. Now, was that a failing of the thermal camera? Was it a creature ducking down into an underground cave? I mean, what was it? I mean, who knows? But obviously, it's a TV show, it's entertainment. So, as Cliff Barrickman has said, don't hang all your hopes on a TV show about Bigfoot. But still rather fascinating, I have to say. As I said, the season finale is this upcoming Sunday at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on Travel Channel. So check your local listings for time and channel on that. And that is going to do it for this week's HBM's Crypto Corner. We again want to thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. All of my fans, even ones that are just tuning in for the first time. Thank you. You guys are the heart of the show. One other thing I forgot to mention. I used to be co-host of a little podcast called The Sasquatch Experience with Sean Forker. We now have a Facebook page for that. Just look it up on Facebook, Sasquatch Experience. Guess what? We're coming back. And we are two of the originators of the Bigfoot podcast. But we acknowledge those who went before us, such as Steve Coles, such as Robert W. Morgan, such as those over on Bigfoot Central, Artist First. We are standing on the shoulders of giants. Sean and I, we had a great time doing the Sasquatch Experience. We decided to bring it back on a bit of a limited basis. It won't be every week, maybe every month. But we promise we're going to bring you the best. We're going to bring you the best in Sasquatch news, Sasquatch theories. We're going to talk about it all. And hey, just like we used to do, we won't be afraid to court a little controversy. Because as Eric Bischoff said, controversy creates cash. So we're looking forward to that. I think Sean and I are looking forward to that. We're going to be recording our first show, hopefully later tonight on January 22nd, which is tonight. And Sean will release it at some point, obviously. I don't know when. He hasn't told me. But be on the lookout for it. If you join up with our Sasquatch Experience page on Facebook, you'll know. Because you'll get the full update. So this is great. I'm looking forward to being back in the saddle with the Sasquatch Experience. It'll be kind of a supplementary thing to HBM's Crypto Corner as well. And I'll discuss my HBM's Crypto Corner video podcast as well, so definitely that'll be fun. So anyway, that is it for this week. I'm done rambling, I think. And until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.